Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. In our previous classes, we have discussed about different studies, um, like wildlife trade on ivory, that is related to wild elephant, and the case study of Amazonia. Now, today we are starting the case study on ozone depletion. Okay, so you know that ozone layer, that is a belt of naturally occurring ozone gas which protect us, or which protect our earth from the very harmful ultraviolet rays of sun. So it is situated at a distance of 15 to 30 kilometer from the earth's surface. Okay, 15 to 30 kilometer from the earth's surface. Now, ozone depletion is the steady decline of about 40%, 4% per decade in the total volume of ozone in the earth surface, or in the earth's atmosphere. So the loss is much more during the spring, particularly in the polar region. Now one cycle is there, like what is known as Chapman cycle. So the ozone oxygen cycle, which occurs in Earth's stratosphere, is called the Chapman cycle. So during this cycle, ultraviolet radiation is changed to heat. Now the process that regenerates ozone. The total mass of ozone that produced per day is about 400 million metric ton, and the sun produces about each day. So different steps are there for formation of ozone creation. First step, an oxygen molecule is photolyzed solar radiation and creating two oxygen radical, means ultraviolet ray plus O2. O2 means two molecule of oxygen, so it will form 2O, two oxygen radical. Next step, the oxygen radical again react with molecular oxygen to produce ozone, that means O2 plus one molecule of oxygen O, then it forms O3. Now the step 3, ozone then reacts with an additional oxygen radical to form the molecular oxygen. Okay, means O3 plus O, then 2O2. Okay, so this is the molecular oxygen. Now in step 4, ozone can also be recycled into molecular oxygen by reacting with a photon. That means O3 plus ultraviolet ray, arrow O2 plus O. So these are the steps. So in nature, ozone is constantly created and destroyed. So you can see in the reactions also, the ozone is creating, again it is converting into oxygen, molecular oxygen, again oxygen will convert into ozone, again from there to oxygen. So this change is continuous. So this is known as Chapman cycle. During the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is constantly introduced into the atmosphere, which means that ozone layer is capable of regenerating itself, because for the regeneration of ozone layer, they need much amount of oxygen. Now the ozone depleting substances, ODS, like the ozone depleting substances. First, chlorofluorocarbon. So it is the most widely used ODS, or that means ozone depleting substances, accounting for over 80% of total stratospheric ozone depletion. It is used as coolants in refrigerator, fridge and air condition, and in building and cars manufactured before 1995. It is found in industrial solvent, dry cleaning agent and hospital sealants. It is used in foam products like soft foam padding, like the cushion, and in mattress, and in rigid foam like home insulation. Next is halon. Halon, this is used for in some fire extinguisher. Okay, in case where materials and equipment would be destroyed by water or other fire extinguishing chemical. Halon cause greater damage to ozone layer than do CFC from automobile or air conditions. Next, methyl chloroform. It is used mainly in industry for vapor degreasing, manufacturing, aerosol, cold cleaning, adhesive and chemical processing. And carbon tetrachloride. Carbon tetrachloride, it is also used in solvent and some fire extinguisher. And hydrofluorocarbon, that is chlorofluorocarbon and one more hydrofluorocarbons. Hydrofluorocarbon has become major transitional substances for CFC. These are much less harmful to stratospheric ozone than CFC, but even a